Hello, everyone. Hope you are doing well. My name is Gloria Mopelola, and today I am sharing with you about journaling. And this recording is courtesy Francisca. She's one of my internet friends, and we have together a no-code experience. Like, I'm just currently really digging into the no-code experience of creating things, and just finding out that some apps have even more to them than just being apps. Like, they have AI technology, like, it's really embedded into them. And again, that you can actually create things. Like, if you want to build something and you have an idea on how to build it, you might be able to create it without having an experience in the techie field. And like, I'm a builder since I created a planner, and again, I've dabbled in a lot of things that has to do with creating systems and processes. Those type of things, if that's what you're into, also can be put into a no-code type of app, and then you can have a product that you're sharing with other people that need them. Pretty cool. So that's the no-code community for you, in short. Maybe if you're interested, I do know that one of the ones that is well known and talked about a lot in the no-code community is the Bubble. So check out Bubble. It's one of the no-code apps. And let me see if I can find one other one for you really quickly. Let's see, no code. There's Airtable, and then there's also Podio. So go check those out and see what you can end up building. Who knows? And if this works for you, let me know. Come back here and let me know that I started you on a curious journey to become a no-code developer. All right. And oh my gosh, that was just about 2 minutes that I went off of topic. But yes, Francisca wanted to know about journaling since I created the planner. And what she wanted to know was that, she had heard a lot about journaling and how it helped people in their self-development process. And she wanted to find out more about it. She asked if I had a video on journaling. Unfortunately, I didn't have like a standalone video, so I took that as an opportunity to record a video for her question. So again, if you have a question that delves into journaling, into organizing, about productivity, I would love for you to share those with me in the comment section, and I'll record a video to answer those for you. Also, if you have a question that has anything to do with bookkeeping, maybe accounting, because that is also one of my first loves, ask them in the in the comments below. All right, so today we will be talking about journaling and how to start our high journal, and what I know so far about journaling from my experience. And I'll also share the link of a copy of my own personal journaling page, this right here, and then which right here says journal, and that's the prompt for it. And I'll probably, if I'm opportune, I'll share how I came up with that title. And I just came up with it and it worked for me. And then I also have this little sheet that I'll give you as a bonus, which just tells you, like, if you read a book and you just want to put notes down, you do that with that sheet, and then you have a copy of what you read. All right. If this sounds like something that you are interested in, come on in, pull up a seat, and let's learn together. All right, I am going to drink some water so I can water my mouth. Okay, so journaling for me has been something I've always done, not as much as I've always wanted to. I love journaling, but because of the stage of life that I'm in or had been in the past, it was so difficult to keep a consistent habit. So I would find myself either journaling and then other things come in to overwhelm the effort, either due to me not being consistent or due to situations unscheduled things happening with the kids, or just life coming in and me not setting boundaries, so to say. And when I say not setting boundaries, so when I reflect to the past, when I used to, when I used to journal, when my children were younger, I could have done a better job. But I think in the mornings was what worked for me. I would wake up and I would read the Bible or a book, or observe some form of quiet time. And as I did that, say a phone call came in, I would pick up the phone call. Now, that's totally me derailing my whole process of journaling. And so in hindsight, that is what I understand now, that I didn't put up enough boundaries during my quiet time when I used to do it years ago. I started getting into the art and the joy, the love, or whatever you might call it, the exuberance, the enthusiasm that comes from journaling started actually in COVID. And I don't even know how I just decided to get back into it, but I wanted to capture my thoughts. I wanted to capture my prayer time. I wanted to capture my reflection time. During COVID, it was just a time that was so surreal. And I wanted to be able to reflect, in hindsight. What I was setting myself up for were some really in-depth time to grow, self-improvement, like Francisca said, and that in turn has really helped me. The truth is that if you can consistently maintain a habit of journaling, a habit actually of quiet time, either whatever time that is for you, in the morning or in the afternoon, if you can maintain a period when you're doing that, you will grow so much. You'll grow as a human being, you will grow spiritually, you will grow in your relations with people. Again, it's a growing, it's not a perfection. I just have to say that. Because for me anyway, I don't know about other people. You might get to the point where we think we have arrived, we think that we got it all figured out, but that's not the way this whole process works. So it's an awareness, it's a consciousness, it's a knowing that, oh, okay, I am doing the best that I can, and that's what journaling brings to you. So, in starting, let us start at the right place with all of this beautiful overview I feel like I have done. Let's talk briefly about the history of journaling. So, in going into Google, what I found out was that journaling, actually, not even just Google, but I believe that I I realized the importance of journaling either from listening to Jim Rohn. I believe it was Jim Rohn or the other guy, I can't remember. And what I learned was that presidents of the past in the United States have always kept a journal. And in that journal, they pass on information from one person to the next person. So one president has journals for whatever things they're writing down that has to do with the work they do, the people they meet, and then that information is archived and it's available for the next person. Just think about the continuity that is happening there. Like the next person coming in doesn't need to figure out a person's trait. They don't need to figure out a person's personality. They don't need to figure out what they like the most or what that person doesn't like. Someone else already recorded that information, and then there's continuity of process because of that. And I love that. And also, if you're a fan of Nicolas Cage, so all Nicolas Cage fan, please come gather. You would have watched National Treasure. Yes, all of my Nicolas Cage was just for National Treasure. I love all his movies. There's no Nicolas Cage movie that is terrible. They're all great. Like once he has a movie, like I will go watch a Nicolas Cage movie because like he just has a gift for choosing great scripts. Even if it's like a high budget movie or a low budget movie, you know you're gonna come out entertained. All right, back to Nicolas Cage. Even in National Treasure, there was an instance where I believe they were looking for a notebook in the library, irrespective of whatever was in the notebook. But again, it shows you that there's significance in recording information. One other thing I'd like to say is that even for me, for people who've known about my passion from like years ago, since I went on a journey of self-discovery, they would know that I've always said, oh, I want a book, and I want that book to be in the Library of Congress. I also feel like there's a lot of information that families haven't passed down. And like, so what, like with my grandparents, I feel like, my grandparents knew, my grandma knew a lot of stuff. Like there were herbs in the garden in the back. And like, then there were always food when we went there for the family gathering. Like it would have been nice if someone had recorded that and passed it down. That's all I'm saying. So things like that just got me thinking. And then Oriki. So there's something called Oriki, which is like, I think maybe it's like, those songs they sing when you watch an Irish movie? Like that's specific to like the little village in that little Irish town. So those kind of little notes and songs, they're specific ones to children, to families in Nigeria. So my grandma knew that. I remember asking my dad a couple of years ago before it passed, and it was like, yeah, ask your auntie. I never did, and I still haven't. But anyway, it would have been nice if that had been written down. And that is also pretty much the essence of what I do. It's like, maybe it's ADHD, maybe it's not, but because of the way things have worked for me all my life, I've found that there is no use working from scratch, working hard when other people have already done the work for you. You are allowed to follow your parents' path up to where that information serves you. You don't need to start from scratch. That really is my philosophy, and that's what journaling does to you. If a family has figured out how to be wealthy, if it can record the information, then that information is there for your family, your children, your children's children. And really that is why I found myself on YouTube. I found myself as a blogger, and I do podcasting. It is my way of sharing information so that my children will have it available in the future. Not just my children, but my children's children. How to behave, how to find wealth, how to how to live happy, how to find the right relationship, how to control your emotions, how to raise your child up, how to thrive in the United States as an immigrant. All of those things are things that we continue to aspire for in She Loves Good Things Center. And my goal is, as I equip everybody else, I also leave enough information for my family too. All right, so journaling has been around for a long time. In fact, even the period of the prophets, they had journaling, because if not, we wouldn't have the Bible, right? So journaling has been going on for a long time. The Roman Empire, the time of Jesus, and those information have been everywhere. You'd see them on those movies you'd watch. Flintstone would have the cave writings on the wall, journaling. And of course, like I said, we have the Bible, and the Muslims have the Quran, and of course, Christianity just didn't start with Jesus. So then there's the time of the fathers that came before Jesus. There's Moses, there's Abraham, and even after that, we have all the other sects of Christianity. There's Calvinist, there's the Jesuit, there's the Baptist, we have the Anglican, we have the African Anglican. So everyone continues to document what they do. But journaling, actually specific to the United States, gained prominence in the 80s, apparently. So the schools in the United States started taking up the art of journaling. They provided the students with journals where they could record their thoughts and help them become better thinkers, excuse me, better thinkers, better critical thinkers, by keeping a journal. And that happened in the 80s. And that has since grown. Now, what is journaling? If we want to go into the definition, journaling is a daily record of events of a personal nature. So you're taking information of a personal nature from your day and you're recording it into a journal. That's what a journal is. Not to be confused with a journal entry in accounting. No. All right. So let me show you how I journal. I have a couple of prompts that I found really useful. The most useful that I found, that just gives me a free flow, Francesca, is what happened yesterday, what happened today, and it's like right here. I hope you can see that. Okay, and pretty much all I'm doing is waking up at my designated morning time. As a mom with kids that are still in not elementary school, that with children that are still in school, in the school system, I tend to do all of my morning rituals mostly in the morning. Maybe I am also a morning person and I am denying it. Maybe. But we'll see when the kids are all grown and out of the house, right? So I pick up my pen and I go answer the question, what happened yesterday? What happened today? And I have there what happened yesterday only for me, because I'm the morning person. But if you were to get this journal in sheets and you're a nighttime person, then you're reflecting on the day that you've had. So that question would also work for you. So you'd go, oh, today was an amazing day. I was able to accomplish all of my tasks at work, and I had the most beautiful conversation with my colleague about how to do our work better, right? And then while you're doing that, you might remember that, oh Lord, you had a really terrible conversation with the lady selling you food. Like, but I also had that conversation with the lady that sold me my lunch. Not sure what that was all about, but I do remember that I said ABC and she responded XYZ. But truthfully, I had no agenda when I said what I said. How could I have made this better? That's a good question to reflect on. And I found that when I ask those kind of questions, I do get my answers pretty much either in a conversation with a person, it could be in a book that I'll just lay my hands on. Again, that abundance mindset, believing that your time is being used and applied towards the right thing, and in doing that, you will attract the things that are for you to you. And then you might also write, my partner triggered me, or my child said I made them feel bad. And again, you want to dig in deeper and be like, why did what I said make him feel bad or make her feel bad? How could I have done this better? Let's see, what else could you do? Things I like writing in my journal. One of my things for this year, for people who know me in all of my other groups, is that discernment and intuition is my thing for this year. So to continue to hone in into that. And so I would also say, for the purpose of journaling, that you could come up with your own word. The year hasn't ended yet. In fact, we're in the second quarter. We're in the second half of this year. So you can set your intention words, which I love. They're short and they are specific enough to do the work you need them to do, especially if you didn't create vision boards. So you're going to ask yourself about what would your word be, right? And so whatever that word is, you can apply it to whatever situation is going on. Like, what is my intention word for this year? What does it have to do with this situation that I really loved? Right? So you could use it that way. But the main thing I was trying to say before I digressed into the intention word is that, that feeling you get sometimes when you can't figure what's going on with something, that gut feeling, right? Okay, this is also a great time to capture that. So you could have like a little moment when ABC said XYZ, so you write that down and you reflect on it and you keep moving. And the good thing is, when you've documented all this, you can actually come back later and look at what you wrote down and reflect on it a month or 2-3 months. Again, continuity of process. It would really help you. I also want to share with you some other prompts that I use. One of the other ones that I really, really love, which actually isn't my journaling prompt, I believe I got it from, I think this one I'm going to share now. I got it from my therapist. And it's like, how am I feeling in this moment? And she actually, I remember when I had this particular session, she was like, every few hours during the day, ask yourself, how are you feeling in this moment? How are you feeling in this moment? So that's a more contemplative type of journaling prompt, where you're checking in with yourself and you're answering your own deeper question. who knows, it might just be the moment that you ask that question that someone just got you like really angry, and we're all humans and can get angry, and that would kind of, maybe, I don't know, help you get centered, but it may also not help you get centered. It might take a while longer before you get centered. So just sharing that with you. One of the other ones that I love is what should I start or what should I continue doing this week? And it just gives you a time. Like if you're a person that works with a routine like me, the routine is my jam. So if you're someone like that, then this prompt will really be useful for you, because you're like, okay, oh my gosh, I just figured out a hack. Like, apparently when I drink a lot of water, I can do great work. Or like when I exercise, I see that instead of being alert and awake and excited for like 2 hours, I can keep it going for like 4, so you want to be able to record and capture those information and be able to 10x like your productivity also. All right. And there is also another one which isn't here on the sheet that I have, but I will tell you that I also have an energy tracker available where you can use it to track your energy. I love what's called scanning that's done in meditation. I really think everyone should be doing this. Women especially, definitely men, because it gives you a sense of your own well-being, how you're doing as a person. So scanning means that you're going from the top of your head all the way to the heels, the bottom of your feet, to feel how you're feeling. Okay, so let's try. Of course, you can't see my feet. I'm wiggling it there, but you can't see it. But pretty much can do that in the morning or wherever you're sitting, and you sit still and just visualize the top of your head, and you just do a scan like you're taking a remote control and just going down, and you're feeling your body. Is there any pain? Is there anything that feels untoward? It's pretty much almost like getting your mammogram check done with your doctor. They're pressing places and things. That's pretty much what you're doing, but you're doing it visually. You're doing a scan the same way they do your mammogram. It's so that you know the patterns of your body and the areas of your body. And you do all of that all the way down. And it's also like a record keeping, like a journaling of sorts of your body. Okay, is my back hurting me? Is my chest hurting me? How's my knees? Is it hurting me? Am my foot swollen? Does my neck need to be cracked? What I found with this type of prompt and journaling, the scanning, is that it really makes you know if you're feeling well or not. Because if you checked yourself 3 days ago and you were definitely okay, and then today you're doing a scan, all of a sudden your body's aching you, then you know something untoward is happening. All right. And let me share, finally, what are the benefits you can gain from journaling. I love for a fact that with journaling, pretty much you are grounding yourself. You're finding your center. It's what I always call I'm out of flow. And you get out of flow when life gets challenging, life gets overwhelming, there's frustration in all that you're doing. That's when journaling helps you center. It takes all that information out of your mind, and I'm sorry about that. It's like a little fly going around. It takes all that information out of your mind, and it actually puts it on this paper, and it frees up your brain space to do all the beautiful, amazing things in this world, right? So that's one of the things that journaling does, is that it grounds you. And grounding is something that just brings you back to center after you've been overwhelmed. Okay? Also, it helps you reflect. It helps you look back in hindsight and see what you did well and pat yourself on the back and hug yourself and love on you. All right? That's what reflecting does. It also helps you be grateful because you will be able to see the good things that are going on in your life and you show gratitude for it. And there's a law in the universe that everybody knows, no matter your religion or not, that a grateful heart will definitely be blessed. So don't forget to be grateful every day of your life. Okay? Then it helps you reinforce the good and let go of the bad. And I think I have one more left after that. So you reinforce the good patterns that you have and you let go of the bad patterns that you have because you've been able to capture it. Also, it helps you notice your patterns. So if you've gotten to a stage where you actually have been, journaling for a long time, you'll end up realizing that you can look back in hindsight like a year back and find out that, oh, I did XYZ then. Oh, okay. Take the good and leave the bad. Also, for people in abusive relationship, in toxic relationships, it gives you something to look back on when people with funny behaviors come back into your life. That person that stormed out of your life, really, really angry, that person, how did it get to that point? That person that gaslighted you, that person that manipulated you, that person that used you, that person that misunderstood you. How did it get to that point? See, if you've documented that and then they come back and pretend like you don't know what you're saying, you have that in your journal to go back on, to hold on to, so that you'll be able to know the reason why you are still with someone or you're not with someone. Okay? I will also let you know that journaling helps you with grief. So if you've lost someone, it's a great way to document everything that's going on in your life. You'll be able to write it down and process that emotion also. It helps in repairing or not troubled relationships. It helps with you developing a better self-esteem. It also helps you to clarify your life goals because you're writing things down, you're working on them, you're checking it off the box, and there is no way your life won't improve when you do all of that. I think that's one of the beautiful things about journaling. It literally transforms your life. And also for people who can't be in therapy, journaling is one of the greatest ways to be able to heal yourself and to move on with your life so you can fulfill your own potentials. So if you're not currently journaling, I would say that you start with even if it's half of a page. You don't need to do a full page, half of a page, and start journaling. Just go, what did I do today? And just write a highlight of that. And that's your journaling prompt for the day. What happened yesterday, or what did I do today? Write that down. What's the highlight? What was the highlight of my day? What was the turning point of my day? What made me sad? And when you write all of those down, there is no way that you won't improve yourself and continue to grow. Again, I hope everything I've shared here today has been beneficial to you. If you loved everything you heard, again, let me know in the comment section what really spoke to you about this. Again, this is how I journal, and sharing everything I know about journaling with you. I also would like you to know that you can follow the link and go to my website and order your own 90-day planner. Your 90-day planner is your accountability planner. It helps you to get all of your life on path. There are to-do section that's broken down into work, into side hustle, passion pursuits, and then they're personal. And then there's a section that helps you value other people, because that's, I believe, what we've been called to do. Again, I hope this video has been helpful for you and that it's answered a lot of your questions. If you have any questions for me, or have any information you would love to hear more about, please email me at gloria@shelovesgoodthings.com. Check out my web page, my blog at shelovesgoodthings.com. And you can also find me on Instagram as shelovesgoodthings.com. Sorry about that. What else? Yeah, and I'm also on Twitter, tweeting as myself. So I look forward to hearing from you and to listening to your comments, and maybe we can even work together in the future. All right, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.